What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Welcome to day 118 of the 365-day graphic novel review challenge. Today, I want to continue talking about the sword and sorcery barbarian stories that I've been talking about for the last few days. Today, I want to talk about Conan Red Sonja. This is by all those people right there. I'm not even going to bother reading those names because that's a lot of names. This is from Dynamite Comics and Dark Horse Comics. This is a 4-issue miniseries that shows Red Sonja and Conan's relationship through the years. This has a version of the first time that they met. It's not the same as the first time they actually met in the 1970s, I think, when these two characters first met, but it has a version of how they first met, and then each story kind of jumps forward a few more years, and it shows them meeting again at a different point in their life. And when I first started reading this and I saw that it was not all going to be set in one place, I wasn't really crazy about that, but as I got further and further into the story, I liked it more and more. And I think the reason is you can do any story that's set in one particular time period. Like Spider-Man and Wolverine, they meet each other and then they fight a bunch of agents of Hydra, and it's all set over a weekend or something like that. Most team-up stories are going to be like that. Very few of them are going to show these two characters throughout a large portion of their life and get to see how these characters change and evolve over the course of their life. And I really like the way that these guys did that. Specifically with Conan, I feel like he actually goes through some changes from how he's presented at the beginning of this book to how he's presented at the end. At the end, he's very somber, he's very depressed, he's not the same character that he was at the beginning of the book, where he's almost jovial. And Red Sonja, she changes a little bit too, but the changes are not as noticeable as they were with Conan. They're a little bit more subtle, but I really like getting to see these characters interact with each other at different points in their life. At one point, Conan, he is with Bellet on her pirate ship, and then at one point, Red Sonja, she's got her own ship. At one point, these two are, I would say at the beginning, they're almost teenagers, or at the very least in their early 20s, and then by the end of the book, I wouldn't say they're quite pushing middle age, but it's definitely over 10 years later. I think at one point, in between two of the stories, they mentioned that it's been 6 years since they saw each other. But I really like getting to see that particular approach to these characters. And I also like the story that we have here. It's not overly complicated because this book focuses more on the relationship between Sonja and Conan, but we do get to have a story here with Thoth Amon. I'm not sure if I said that right, and he has got this evil demon seed, and I won't talk any more about that. I'll let you read the book to figure out what that's all about. But that's pretty cool. It's a little magical thing that kind of unites these characters at first and then kind of keeps bringing them together at different points in this book. But it's really good. I really enjoyed this story. I hadn't read a whole lot of Red Sonja stuff. I talked about a book yesterday that was a Red Sonja thing, but other than that, I haven't read a whole lot of Red Sonja. This really made me interested in reading more stuff with her. I really want to see more of this character and more interpretations of this character. The one thing that I can say about this is that this actually does make Red Sonja feel like a different character than Conan. If you'll recall, when I talked about Queen of the Frozen Wastes, Red Sonja just felt like a Conan ripoff in that. She didn't really feel different from Conan. Here, since these two characters are teaming up and fighting each other a couple times in this book, we have to make these characters be different. We can't have them both be the exact same character, just one of them is a girl with red hair. We actually have to have them have different personality traits and different motivations, and this book does that. At the beginning of this book, we see Sonja doing something that's very different from how Conan would have approached that situation, and she's doing stuff that Conan would not do. And I really like getting to see that, and I would like to see more of that in other stories with this character, and not just stories where she's teaming up with Conan. I would like to see a Red Sonja solo story where she acts like Red Sonja of this book. And I know that Gail Simone, she actually worked on a Red Sonja series, so maybe I do need to check out some of that series. I haven't read any of that. But overall, I really love this book, and I highly recommend it to you if you are a fan of Conan or Red Sonja or the sword and sorcery genre, as I am. I would definitely check this out. This is a very good book. Highly recommend it. So that's about all that I have to say about the Conan Red Sonja team-up miniseries, and I hope that you guys like this review, and if you did, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with a different book. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.